exclaimed. Sadhu exclaimed with surprise. He made haste. He made a urgent, a quick to the man. He just went towards fastly to the man who lay motionless, and the man was lying motionless in the beach, his face in the sand, an old cap stuck to his head, soaked with the sea water. And there was also a cap which he wore, the man who was just lying, and which was totally soaked. Soaked means wet, just because of the sea, the water. He was in wet rags of garments. Rags means the torn clothes. Clothes. There are the clothes are in many pieces. That just because of he was struggling in these rocks, and his clothes were maybe torn, and that's why he is in this garment. Sadhu stopped Hannah at his side and turned the man's head, and they found that the man's head. They saw the face. Now, what they saw everything, the man head as well as the face. A white man, Hannah whispered. Oh, it's a white man. The face was of a white person. White person means British people or maybe English man. Yes, it was a white man. The wet cap fell away, and there was his wet yellow hair, long as though for many weeks it had not been cut. And now, when the hat removed from his hand, just because of the wave have taken away the hat, now they found that he has a very big long hair, as he for a long period of time he couldn't find a time to cut his hair. And upon his young and tortured face was a rough yellow beard. Tortured means that injured face, tired face with many wrinkles, and there were yellow beards they could find. He was unconscious and knew nothing that they did for him. Now, here, he was unconscious. Unconscious means he is in the sleep. When a person got injured, when his nervous system working stopped, then a person become unconscious. And now the same thing happened with him. As he got injured, he was wounded, so he got unconscious. Now Sadhu remembered the wound, and with the expert's finger he began to search for it. And now Sadhu remembered the wound. Now finally, as he was lost for a while, he lost that he was just putting his concentration. He should have put his concentration on the injured or on the injury, but now, but earlier what he was doing, he was just observing that he is from English country, his hair, his beard, and all his garments. But now he just moved back to his profession, his work. What he did with his finger, he just looking where he like what are the others injuries on his body. He was just looking, he was just observing by rubbing his finger on his all part of his body and search for the injury. Blood flowed freshly at his touch, and wherever he was just touching, there was a blood comes from on the right side of the lower back, and where the blood was coming from the back side, there was a wound where he was bleeding. He found that the man was bleeding, and it was a fresh blood, or fresh spot. Sadhu saw that a gun wound had been respond. That the Sadhu said that Sadhu saw that a gun wound had been reopened. Maybe the Sadhu saw that a gun wound, this was a gun wound. When he just touched his back, like on the lower spine, he just touched, and he found that there was already a wound which is given by the gunshot, and now this gunshot wound again reopened. How? The flesh was blackened with powder, and now here the surrounding part of wounded or injured area was totally black, totally blackish. Sometime not many days ago, and now he got this injury not a long time ago. It was a recent injury. He just met with it. The man had been shot and had not been tended. The man earlier he was badly injured by the shot, and now after that he didn't receive tender. Tender means treatment. It was bad chance that the rock had struck the wound, and again, as he couldn't find the better treatment, and after that he was struck. He was collapsed with the sharp needle rocks. So again the wound was reopened. That was the reason. Oh, how he is bleeding. Hannah whispered again in a solemn voice, in a serious voice, how this man was bleeding. This mist screened them now completely, and now this mist, the fog was covering them slowly and gradually, completely. And odd at this time of the day, no one came by. The fishermen had gone home, and even the chance beachcombers, my dear, the visitors, would have considered the day and end. Now here, this become the place becomes so isolate, no man's of land, because in this period of time, in the night time, after the sunset, mostly fishermen never come here. They all back go back to their houses, and the visitors who always try to pretend to stop visiting a such type of place, especially beach, in the dark night, in the dark time. They just keep themselves away from this type of atmosphere. What shall we do with this man? Sadhu muttered. Now, in a very slow voice, he asked that what should I do with this man? But his trained hands seemed of their own will to be doing what they could do, stanch the fearful bleeding. Now here, but his fingers, his hand were doing their work as they were trained, as this was the finger moral duties, as this man was if this man found the doctor found such man in difficult or need urgent treatment, then his hands by itself start moving and doing some works for the betterment, to heal the, to stop the bleeding. So what he did, he pegged the wound with the sea moss. Moss means grass. In and strewed the beach. Strewed means line, just spreading everywhere. Like there were many green grass just near this shore, and what he did, he just pegged the wound, put this grass in the wound, in the hole of the wound. The man mourned, and when he was just putting the grass, he just mourned, he just cried. Who? The wounded man, the white man, the Englishman, with pain in his stupor, but he did not awaken. Now here, now here, when now when Sadhu thought that now here his prime duty to give him urgent treatment. So what he did, he just first his initiative was to stop the bleeding. So what he did, he just collect some grass and put all the grass in the hole of the wound. And when he was putting the grass inside the hole of where the injury was there, and the white man starts screaming and in a pain, just because of there was a intense pain he was suffering from. So here his stopper means like stopper means, my dear students, groan means there was a pain, there was a voice of which shows a too much pain was there, but he didn't awaken. The best thing that we could do would be to put him back in the sea, Sadhu said, answering himself. And now, as he first he was asking that what should I do with this person, and now what he got the answer, he just saying in his own words, in his own tongue, that like we should put this man back to the sea. He just made the answer by himself. Now that the bleeding was stopped for the moment, he stood up and dusted the sand from his hand. Now, finally, they found that the bleeding stopped. The bleeding got stopped for just for a moments. But now that he just cleaned his hand, whatever the dust was over there, he just cleaned his hands. Yes, undoubtedly, that would be the best, Hannah said steadily. With seriousness, Hannah said this is the best thing that we should put him back to the sea, in the sea. But she continued to stare down at the motionless man. As she was saying this was the right idea that we should keep back this man into the sea. We should throw this man back to the sea as it could be a big hurdle for us. So we should throw him back to the sea. This was the right or nice idea. And but at the same time she was staring down. She was looking constantly to this motionless man. If we sheltered a white man in our house, we should be arrested, and if we turned him over as a prisoner, he would certainly die, Sadhu said. As a very sensitive, a kind person, what answered his wife, he answered his wife that if we help if we help this person, then we definitely going to be behind the prison, behind the bars, as it could be considered as a offense that we had helped our enemy. But if we handed over this man to the army, then he definitely got die just because of the brutality the army officer will do with their enemy. The kindest thing would be to put him back into the sea, Hannah said. The Hannah said that what could be the best thing? The best thing, or it would be so highly favored that we should put him back to the sea because we don't want any problem in our life. Hannah said, but neither of them moved. They were staring with a curious repulsion upon the inert figure. Now, here, repulsion means hate. Now, what they were doing, they were making different excuses that what should we do in this state where that one side we are, was their arm, this was their enemy, the country and enemy, and the second situation was there, if they help him they are definitely going to the prison, and if so it would be better idea to leave him in the sea or throw him in the sea as he came very near to the shore, so we should drag him away to the shore so he can go somewhere else or they could be escaped from any hurdle. But while making such excuses, while making these answers, they continuously staring down, they were continuously looking at this person who was motionless, who was motionless figure. Repulsion means with the hateful eyes, they were looking. What is he? Hannah whispered. Kya hai ye? Who is this person? There is something about him that looks American. Sadhu said that something is there. He looks like American. He took up the battered cap. Battered means the wet, which was the rough cap, the totally rough, which become so rough. He just remove his cap. Yes, three. Yes, there. Almost gone was the faint lettering a sailor. And now here in the cap there was something written. First it was written in a very faint words, in a faint letter, that it was written a sailor. A sailor means a person who sail in the sea, a person who travel in the sea. He said from an American warship. He spent it out US Navy. The man was a prisoner of war. So now here on the hat as well as something also written that he was from in US Navy. These letters were written over there, and maybe this man belonged to the prison of war. Maybe he was maybe some problem occurred in the prison and he found a very right or perfect time to escape himself or to save his life, and he just left the place. He just escaped from the prison and jumped to the sea, and while he was just running, he was moving, he was going, maybe somebody had shot him and that become him wounded. And after got shot, he might be jumped in the sea, and now he just become so exhausted, so tired, and now he finally reached here with a very with almost half died. He has escaped, Hannah cried softly, and this is why he is wounded. In the back, Sadok agreed. Yes, he is. You are right that maybe he is trying to escape. That's why he got wounded. They hesitated, looking at each other. Then Hannah said, with resolution. Now, finally, with the proper solution, Hannah said something. Come, are we able to put him back into the sea? If I am able, are you? Sadhu asked. Now, the Hannah asked with seriousness that now, are we going to put this man into the sea? Then the reply was of this question by Sadhu that I am not ready. I am not putting him in any ocean. Do you want to put him in the ocean? Sadhu asked. No, Hannah said. But if you can do it alone. Now, here I don't want to be. Hannah said that no, I don't want to put him. If you want to put him, you can put him alone. I don't want to. I don't want to mix up. I don't want to indulge in this type of activity. Sadhu hesitated again. The strange thing is, he said that if the man were whole, I could turn him over to the police without difficulty. Whole means if the person become well, if the person become out of injury, then what I will do, I will give it to this man. I will give it this man to the police or to the army, because as he was our enemy. I care nothing for him. He is my enemy. All Americans are my enemy. These were the words which is said by the Sadhu, that now I don't want to be so kind with this person, because he is, after all, he is our army, our enemy, and not only he, all the Americans are our enemy, and he is only a common fellow. You see how foolish his face is. But since he is wounded, now you could see that how foolish his face is, how stupid he looks like, how pathetic the Americans look like. But as he is in an urgent requirement of help, so as a sake of doctor, as a profession of doctor, it is my duty to help him. You also can throw him back to the sea, Hannah said. Then there is only one thing to do. We must carry him into the house. So Hannah also said that as you are also not going to put him in the sea, so it is good idea to carry him in the house, so we can do something. We can give him treatment. But the servants, Sadhu inquired. Now the Sadhu asked, what about the servants? What when the servants found that we are helping, or we are bringing an army who is not only their enemy but also the whole country, whole nation enemy. So maybe what would be their reaction? The God knows. We must simply tell them that we intend to give him to the police. Now, what would we say to them, to our servants? We would say that we are trying to. We are intend means we are trying to give this man to the police. We are just trying to. We are just trying to pretend like we are just make us a type of illusion in their mind that we are not helping him. We are sending him to the police. As indeed we must, and as well as it is our main duty that we have to hand him over to the police. As well as we must think of our children and your position, and it would endanger all of us if we did not give this man over as a prisoner of war. And definitely it becomes our compulsion that we have to send him, or we have to hand him over to the police. As if we couldn't do this, then not only we but also our children may become in the danger, and maybe it would be very so harmful, so bad experience for your position as well. As so we must put him to the we have to inform the police after his healing, after his better treatment. Certainly, Sadhu agreed. I would not think of doing anything else, and I'm also thinking about that after his wound heal, then I will send him to the police. Thus agreed. Together they lifted the man. He was very light. The man was so light, like a fowl. Fowl means a chicken that had been half starved for a long time until it is only feathers and skeleton. Now here, the weight of the man was the army or the navy person of America, the soldiers. His weight was so light, like a chicken, because he had been starving for a long period of time. So his whole, and now only the weight of his feather as well as his skeleton. Nothing. There was no flesh in his body, no extra mass, no extra fat. So his arm hanging, they carried him up the steps and into the side door of the house. Now finally they have taken him into the house. The door opened into the passage, and down the passage they carried the man towards an empty bedroom. Now here, through the passage, they had taken this man to the bedroom, which was an empty bedroom. It had been the bedroom of Sadhu's father, and since his death, it had not been used. They laid the man on the deeply matted floor. Now here, what they did, they took this man, wounded man, in the house through the passage of their corridor. They passed the man in their bedroom. That bedroom belonged once. The bedroom used to belong to their father, but now it's all empty after the death of Sadhu's father. They laid the man on the deeply matted floor, and now matted floor means there was a bed. So on the floor there were some beds were there. So he put this body, this man, on the mat, matted. Everything here had been Japanese to please the old man. So now here, old man who is used here for old man is the sadhu's father. The sadhu father, everything in this house, in this room, all are connected to the old memory of his father, who would never in his own home sit on a chair or sleep in a foreign bed. Now here, in his life, now he couldn't sleep on the chair, on the bed, on the foreign bed, as he had passed away. Hannah went to the wall cupboards, and slid back a door and took out a soft quilt. Quilt means a kind of a chadar or kind of a rajai, a very thick, a warm quilt which gives a warmth. So now she went to the cupboard. Cupboard means almirah, and took one of the cases. There were many cases, and she took one quilt from any cases. And what she did, took out a soft quilt. She hesitated. She became little bit hesitate. Why? The quilt was covered with flower silk, and the lining was pure white silk. And now this quilt was so designful. There were so beautiful embroidery of silk thread was there. So she become little bit hesitate to give it to give this for this man. He is so dirty, she murmured in distress. Distress means in the anxiety, intense, in the weariness, that this man is so dirty and it will ruin my quilt. Yes, he had better be washed. Sadhu agreed. If you will fetch hot water, I'll wash him. And now Sadhu said that if you make hot water, then I'll give him a proper wash, proper bath, and he become little bit clean. I can't bear for you to touch him. Now she said that I can't feel that you should touch him. I cannot agree. I am not giving you permission that you should touch his whole body. We shall have to tell the servants he is there. I don't want to touch this man. I don't want you to wash this man with proper bath, as a proper bath. So you don't touch. I'll call the servants and they will wash him. Especially a lady is there. He is here. I'll tell Yummy now. She can leave the children for a few minutes and she can wash him. And now there is a lady servant whose name is Yummy, and what she is actually, she is in the children room, and what she is going to do, she will leave them for a moment, and just because of giving him a proper bath, a proper wash, after completing her job done, then she can move back to the children. Just for a few minutes she had to leave the children as per the wash. Sadhu considered a moment. Let it be so, he agreed. You tell Yummy and I'll tell the others. So there are many servants as well as, so you do one thing, you just tell to the Yummy and for the washing, for the proper cleaning, and I'll go to the other servants for the other helps. But the utter pallor of the man's unconscious face moved him first to stoop and feel his pulse. Now here, now, but the utter pallor means yellowish. Now the face becomes so yellowish. Now, as per the condition of this man becomes so in danger, his condition becomes so critical. So what he started doing, he, without moving here and there, what he did, he just trying to give him a little bit. He just want to recheck the whole condition of the man. So what he did, he stoop means little bit bend and check his pulse, pulse of hands as well as the heart as well as. It was faint, but it was there. The little bit pulse, the beat of the pulse could be here little bit, but yes, there was a little bit beat is there, so that this man is still alive. He put his hand against the man's cold breast. Now he also put his hand towards his breast and checked the heartbeat as well as. The heart was too yet alive, and his heart was also working or in a proper condition. He will die unless he is operated on. Now, definitely he need urgent help. He need urgent emergency where he can get a proper treatment. Sadhu said, otherwise he is going to get die. Considering the question is whether he will not die anyway. Hannah cried out in fear. Don't try to save him. What if he should live? Now here, if he got die, then maybe many problems could be there. But if he could live, if he could survive, if he could recover, then what would be happen? The Hannah asked to her husband. And she also suggested, don't try to save him. Just do your duty. He should live or not. Just do your duty. Not be so. Don't be so tense regarding his health or all the things. Hannah cried out in fear. Don't try to save him. What if he should live? What if he would? What if he should die? Sadhu replied. Now here, the question came from Hannah that what would be happen if he got recover, if he got live, as he was in a very bad condition, but if he come in a good condition, what would happen? And the reply came from the husband that what would happen if he got die. He stood gazing down on the motionless man. Now here, the doctor was continuously looking at the motionless man. This man must have extraordinary vitality, or he would have been dead by now. Like that, he should have, definitely he has some extraordinary efforts, some extraordinary power, extraordinary power, or he is having a such type of curiosity that he was, after having too much wounded, after getting too much injury, but still he is alive. That this is a really a God kindness, God mercy on him. Would have been dead by now. If If it would be somebody other on his place, then he definitely got died. But then he was very young, perhaps not yet 25. You mean die from the operation? Hannah asked. Yes, Sadhu said. Hannah considered him this doubtfully, and when she did not answer, Sadhu turned away, and any rate something must be done with him. Now here, there were many questions were running in the mind of Hannah, and she was asking continuously about different questions. But the constant busy mind of doctor was on his patient, and he was just doing his job. And now that's it. The rest of the part we will cover in the another video. Thank you so much, my dear students, to have with me.